Dominique, like Dominique said, my name is Jarvis, right? Part of Dallas Action Coalition, a grassroots activist organization here. I'm also part of Think Before You Thug, which is an organization that was founded by a local rapper by the name of T.M.A. He had an idea. He had an idea. He felt like he had to do something. Him being an entertainer with influence and a voice, he felt like he had to do something to try to address the quote black on black crime here in Dallas. So he came up with this idea, Think Before You Thug, which is a message.
That's great.
Which is a message to our young black brothers. Think before you thug.
Yeah.
Before you commit a crime, before you commit any action that you will later regret, think about it. I grew up in Frazier Court Projects, born and raised Frazier Court Projects. Everything that you see out here, I have done. At 18 years old, I was sentenced to 20 years.
Man.
Federal prison. I stayed federal prison. I did 13 and a half years. While I was in prison, I learned that I had a true voice that people would listen to. I always had influence, but I used it for the wrong thing.
You better talk to him.
I got with brothers from the nation, and they told me, brother, you got a voice and you have influence.
Yeah.
You can change lives.
Say that.
He said, you got something special in you. He said, educate yourself, refine yourself, and you go back out there because you're going back out there. People will listen to you. Go save our community. I've been out 8 years. I had an 8-year term of probation. I finished it in one year because I had it on my mind that I wanted to make a difference. And just like this sister said right here, it has to start with us.
Yes.
It has to start with us. I said this the other day. What do you expect your enemy to do? What do you expect your enemy to do? If you know what your enemy is going to do and you expect that of him, then I do not expect that from my brother. I do not expect that of my enemy from my brother. What I like to preach to my people, man, is race pride. We lack race pride. The moment we realize that another black face is not a threat,
That's right.
then we will be on the right path to recover. That's our biggest problem. We think the next person that looks like us is a threat, when that's not the case.
At all.
That's not the case. But that has been fed into our brain, inside our mind for years, for so long. But just like your brother said, we have to educate ourselves. When you know better, you got to do better. There's no excuse. There is no excuse. What we need right now, we're going to stop trying to convince these other races that we need to be loved. And we're going to focus on loving ourselves.
There you go.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
We're going to focus on loving ourselves. Just by giving somebody that you don't know that look like you a simple nod, a simple hug. I love you, brother. I don't know you, but I love you. We're going to be all right. Bam, how you doing, sister? How you doing, queen? We don't get enough of that. We don't have enough of that. I stand with Dominique. I stand with Dominique. I fight against police brutality. These police officers, they know me. They know me well. I play no games when it comes to it. But the number one argument that I have to deal with them is, well, why you only want to protest when it's an officer-involved shooting? What about the black-on-black crime?
Come on now.
And what I say is, first of all, blacks ain't the only one killing blacks. Whites kill whites, Hispanics kill Hispanics, Asians kill Asians. Don't get it twisted. You kill where you live.
There you go.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
However, I would be remiss if I didn't, as an activist who proudly screams Black Lives Matter, if I didn't address the black on black. Let me tell you something. We have got to love each other.
Man.
More love, less hate. You don't have to be taught that. All you got to do is just decide today. I'm going to start by loving my brother first. Make my brother love me. My sister love me. That's my kid, even though I didn't birth that kid. That's my kid.
That's right.
like the brother said, we've got to get back. We've got to get back to the village.
That's right.
We got to get back to the village, man. I've seen. So I'm from this area.
Yeah.
I ushered in one of the first blood gangs here in Dallas, back in 1989. One of the very first started in Frazier Court. I've done just about, I don't know what all, right here on these very streets. Not proud of it, but this allows me to go somebody that look like me, that has done what I have done, and said, brother, you can do better. I was once where you were. I am living proof, I am walking proof that there is a God and change can happen.
Amen.
I am the hope
Yes.
that we're looking for. I promise you I am.
Yes.
I promise you I am. And together, we can make some major change. Unification, man, that is our biggest key. Once we realize that we are stronger together, we are better together, they gotta deal with us. They gotta answer to us.
Can I say
We don't have to.
You finish?
You sure can. We don't have to act up. We really don't have to act up.
That's right.
We don't have to act up. We don't. All we have to unify. But sometimes, understand this. Sometimes we have to get ugly.
You know, and
Sometimes.
we don't have to act up. We just need to step out and act out.
You know what?
And let this be heard.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Martin Luther King said. He said, rioting is the voice of the unheard. We keep on talking and talking to y'all and pleading with y'all and you're not listening. The moment we start cutting up, then you want to lend an ear. So once again, by no means am I encouraging anything like that. But at the same time, sometimes getting ugly gets the point across. We're living in an uncomfortable time, a very uncomfortable time for the black man. So in an uncomfortable time, in an uncomfortable time, exactly, man, exactly. We have to come together, man. We have to do the work. We have to do the work. Please do not be discouraged.
It's not gonna be done.
Let me say this. Please do not be discouraged when you say we march and ain't nothing happening. We march, ain't nothing happening. Because small victories are occurring. I've been part of it. When you start feeling hopeless like that,
that's when they.
no, let me tell you something. When you start feeling hopeless like that, because it's easy to become hopeless. We're living in a hopeless state. But I urge you to find your courage, find your strength from our ancestors that marched for hundreds of years until they got what they came for. And they did it with meager means.
Right. And that's all I'm saying.
Invoke the strength and the courage of your ancestors. Be the kings, the warriors, the queens that you are born to be. Get the message, catch the wave, be a part of the uprising. I will leave you with this one chant, man, that I always want y'all to remember, man, no matter what's going on. Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong.
Too black, too strong.
Thank you.